Hello there, it is a beautiful Saturday afternoon at the time of this recording. My roommates are all asleep here at 1:52. They've been asleep all day. That means it's the greatest time to do a Let's Play of Victoria 2, because maybe it'll be quiet and I can focus. Perhaps, maybe, but probably not, because I get distracted easily. Either way, welcome to, here, now, today, the American People's Republic, which is what we're calling it now. Used to be the United States of America, but things have become a little different, perhaps. As you can see, we are flying. Where is our army? Right here, red banners. You could also see that up there. We are led by the Communist Party. We had a revolution in the last episode after taking New Brunswick and Arizona. We still have some rebels going on, some American Citizens Guards in Cuba, and this little rebellion up here, the Republican Guards, trying to restore the democracy. And we're not going to let that happen. Because now I can control factories and the forces of production. Industry will set us free. Also, that'll be a lot of micromanagement. We are in debt because of the wars and me not really paying attention to it. But let's clean the slate. Let's get focused. Let's get real. All right? Let's turn this Let's Play around and do something incredible. But I guess first things first, we do have to deal with this money problem and these rebels up here. So these guys go to Washington, D.C. in case the rebels get there. You guys will have to get on a boat at some point, but you can go to Richmond for now, and you'll hunt rebels when you get there. And I have another one. Somewhere. Nope, you're in Puerto Rico. Where's the other army? The first army. U.S. Army 2 is already going to D.C. Alright? Go to Atlantic. Well, go to Harrisburg then. And that's everyone. What is our Navy doing these days? They're chilling out. They can go hang out in D.C. We don't need them down there anymore. We almost have Iron Railroad. Things are going to collapse as soon as I unpause here. But hey, we're going to find out what's going to happen to the American People's Republic. Death. Portugal goes bankrupt. That is the first thing to happen to the American People's Republic, coinciding with the establishment of iron railroads. Oh, and we have a full... I guess we did that last time. It's been a week. It's been some time, as always. Let's see here. Steel Railroad, clean coal. I think because now we have taken all of the Manifest Destiny territories, taking territory from Mexico and Britain is going to be a little bit more difficult of a process, but we do have 12 infamy, and we can continue doing that in the future. Maybe take Newfoundland here and start taking the other Canadian territories. But we also have this little problem down here in Panama, which they're not in our sphere of influence, and we're trying to get them in our sphere of influence. But if we can't do that, I was thinking of a deadlier approach where we just take the entirety of Panama and then use that, potentially, as a forward operating base to spread communism to the rest of South America. Yes, in this past week, I've been having a bunch of random ideas that I'll forget and, sprinkle about this Let's Play as I remember them and what they were. Either way, distraction number 1 in this clean slate backtrack focus episode, I don't know, culture, prestige, commerce, it's all the same thing, really? It's not. They all do different things. That's why they say they do different things, because they do. We need more tax efficiency. Sure. All the taxes. Our money is shooting up, though. And anarcho-liberals. Gunfight at the OK Corral. In a 30-second gunfight in Tombstone, Arizona, Wyatt Morgan and Virgil Earp, along with Doc Holliday, killed Billy Clanton and Tom and Bob McClary, 3 members of their political rivals, the Cowboys. Alright, we got some prestige for that. All these people wanting to preserve capitalism, that's a big issue right now. Usually there's a story attached to or at least when I play these games, Victoria 2 and Crusader Kings in particular, I like to attach a narrative to what I'm doing in my head, even if I don't always say it out loud. There's something going on here, but it's kind of fallen apart for this one. I'm not sure. I lost track with the people, and I'm not sure why they wanted to have this communist revolution. Maybe it's because of the constant warfare. Maybe they really wanted good healthcare. I can't say for sure. Maybe conditions in the factories were horrible, but I haven't really been paying attention to it. But maybe that's why the revolution happened, is because the leadership, me, lost track with the people. And now the proletariat has taken over. Yeah, that's a story. That's a story we can work with. Let's stop hunting rebels and get you on a boat to defeat these Cubans. Seems like a smart idea for this second. You should fight rebels. And so because now we are this radical ideology that is hampering other ideologies' ability to have a voice in our society, we will now have more revolutions. Looks like our militancy is going down, though. It's going up now. It was at 1. Or over 1. Okay, Scandinavia is in their sphere. Let's see here. What do we need to make the Panama Canal? Decisions. Build the Panama Canal. We just need to have them in our sphere of influence. And we can't justify a war of them because we have 200 relations. I like the idea of taking Panama, but we don't really need a war right now. So I think that idea is going to have to be put on hold, and we just kind of have to hope for the best. Or just take Panama. Or better yet, release Panama. Form a communist puppet state over here. And that'll be more interesting, perhaps. And I can, as a communist power, install communist regimes. And that only costs 5. Does that... I think that puts them in our sphere of influence as well. I think that'd be fun. Spread communism throughout South America. Yes. I don't know if I can do it to bigger countries like Brazil, though. Probably not. I have too good relations with them to find out. What about Transvaal? No, that's too small of a country. Italy. That's a great power. Persia. Now I can install communism in them, too. Alright. So just not bigger countries, perhaps? I guess I have too good relations with them as well. Yeah, I can install communism in Poland as well. Alright. Got lots of options for spreading the red. It's a good color. The Monroe Doctrine has become a little reformed over time, just as the real thing was. Those rebels are actually trying to fight there. That's misguided. Alright, I thought that debt was going to be a bigger problem, but it was not. I guess it's because we're not funding education and administration and focus for the war economy. That's how it is sometimes. Alright, you're going to be cordial. Don't know if we can continue supporting that monarchy, though. Acceptable minimum wage. Let's go with good healthcare. I like people being, healthy. Good workers. And I guess we can start creating more industry. I was thinking of guns, because that's what we need for our military. So, how about more firearms. Let's just do haphazard arms manufacturing. Because maybe we don't... Maybe if we make all the resources ourselves, we don't have to buy them on the market, and we don't have to defund ourselves. But let's increase education, and let's not increase administration that much. 5%? That sounds acceptable enough. Sure. Alright, neat. And these guys, I'll just have them take out Cuba. There we go. And now that America has fallen, or the United States has anyway, all our influence in South America has fallen apart, causing them all to declare war on each other. What's this? Belarus wants us to back them in the crisis. Against Poland? I don't really want to do that. Sorry, Belarus. We have our own problems to be worrying about right now. I suppose we can keep on building our railroad infrastructure. Well, I want to deal with this unemployment as well. That'll get real expensive. Let's see here, you make ammunition. We'll increase the size of that factory. Should be enough to employ everyone there. These employ about 10,000 people. Yeah, that should be plenty. Food is important. I like food. Why not more alcohol? We'll expand this factory too. Why not? I want all the people in that Arizona to go to that firearms factory. Pennsylvania will need... Yeah, we'll expand the ammunition factory. And that's it for everyone. We'll compose a actual 5-year plan at some other point. Perhaps soon. Well, this reduces factory cost, which will be important. So, Control click. Hold on, I want to see it actually happen. Control click. Yeah. Spending lots of money doing this, but that's okay. And in Ohio. That'll be enough for now. It's a lot of development, evidently. Alright, and these guys are done. We found a mummy, that's great. I guess revolution or not, we still have our treaties with Egypt going on. It's good. I was thinking maybe if we did declare war... Oh, it looks like Scandinavia lost Denmark. Oh, they're just a puppet. So can I even take things from puppets? I'm not sure I can. I can't justify a war against puppets in sub-states. I don't know if I can add war goals against them as well. Which is what the big problem against British Columbia is, when I think about it. Let's see here. You know, if we decrease relations with the USCA, maybe I can justify a war to turn them into a communist state. Maybe that would drag Colombia in. But even then, if I added a war goal against Colombia, Scandinavia could still be could still intervene in it. I mean, they're allied with France, so I won't have to worry about France at the very least. That is, if Colombia wants to join in such a war at all, and that'd be 5 infamy I wanted to figure out. Or it could justify a war against Mexico, turn them into communist state, and get rid of the British influence once and for all. While taking Newfoundland as well. Not Newfoundland, Newfoundland. Because we're America and we're fun. Brazil will be allied with us. I'm sure they love the idea of spreading communism as well. Let's see. Acceptable minimum wage, sure. And we'll keep on building these railroads. Alright. Haven't really done anything out in the west. And Texas. Alright. Yeah, our embassies have been banned. Alright, I'll quickly try this plan, and worst case scenario, it's just a waste of time. And I spread communism to the USCA, and they become our best buds. Brilliant! I thought so. We gain some cores. Decrease relations one final time. And we get to try this new toy out. Alright, let's fund our Navy real quick. Get these guys back on board. Get them to Havana. And we will set up for this confrontation. Good minimum wage. Now, even with funding our Navy fully, we're still making lots. I think maybe the factories. Producing profit? Let's see. Industrial subsidies cost 536. I don't know if how do I, like... Is there an easy way to see profits for what the industry is actually giving me, other than just looking at this? And going, yeah, it's making 40. That's a lot. 51 right there. It's pretty good as well. I mean, if I did the math, maybe this is paying for itself. That doesn't actually look like it at a glance. Like, I got some money makers up here. That's 100 or so. Yeah, I don't think this adds up to 500, though. 500 in profits. Whatever. We're gonna need to expand this glass factory anyway. Maybe we could increase our administration. So as long as the international markets are high, we'll also have a good time. If they dip, though, that'll be a problem for us. So if there's a Great Depression, I mean, we're at the mercy of the stocks, I guess, in a way, which is kind of funny. Proceed. Alright, Venezuela and Colombia did join in. We will land in Puerto Barrios. See if there's any of their navy that needs killing, and we'll pick up another group of troops to land in Colombia proper. Yeah, 14-hour workday. Everyone will be happy about that, I'm sure. Maybe we can even lower taxes. I doubt this one, though. We're gonna have to make it go up. Yeah, it looks that way. No, went up a little bit there, and nah. 75. Or 76, rather. That works a little bit better. Add to sphere. Get you guys on board. You don't have a leader, actually. Do we not have good generals? Get out of there. Yeah, you'll get on there. And head over to Panama. Ah, man! The Scandinavians, they did it! It's okay, we'll release Panama. And then we can liberate country, and then it'll belong to a communist Panama. It's gonna be great, you'll see. Okay, that blocks them off at least. We can fight these Colombians here. Let's maybe slow this down a little bit then, perhaps, so I can think a little bit. Like, what's going on in Argentina that needs our attention? And what actually is this war? Okay, the War of the Pacific, which has not been waged because America's been keeping the peace. It looks like it's been going back and forth. Venezuela, of course, is distracted by being occupied by Brazil. Yeah, it looks like a proper mess down here. Anyway, form alliance, they will accept. Probably can't be called into the war because Venezuela's involved. And we'll see if we can add a war goal. Not quite. We need more jingoism first. We'll expand some railroads again. Cuba has not received much. Puerto Rico. Is that mine as well? No, that's Netherlands. Why is that showing up? It just shows everyone that I can maybe invest in, perhaps. Railroads are expensive enough. I'm not going to fund others. It's ridiculous. You should build some more forts in Quebec and whatnot. That's super costly. You want to talk about expensive? Yeah, that should do it for now. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. In 1885, Mark Twain published The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and completely revolutionized American fiction. Up until its publication, American fiction had tended to utilize the form and language of its European predecessors. Mark Twain fired a shot in the name of linguistic independence by beautifully depicting the speech of the American illiterate and disenfranchised. The book was clearly an attempt to show how people of all kinds are worthy of respect due to their actions and not their status. At the time, it caused an uproar because of its unconventional form, and its theme was mostly ignored. Even today, people seem to miss the point. Well then, I'll go to hell. Alright, get on the boat and go to Panama City. Not to be confused with Paradise City, where the grass is green and girls are pretty, although I'm sure the same applies for Panama City as well. A lot of changes in these years. People are like, we're working 14 hours, now 12 hours. What's going on? Too many changes, so fast. I don't know, it seems to be going pretty well, though. Jeez, I can't even... It's a lot. We'll get another factory. A fuel refinery. We'll need that, I'm sure. We'll get a machine parts factory for further industrialization. That'll probably be enough. Let's see. Yeah, that'll hire all these people. Nevada, Utah, that close factory needs to be expanded. Ontario, that close factory needs to be expanded. No, wait. Thought I saw it. Alaska's right there. That does not need expanding. This fertilizer factory in Virginia, however, does. We need... Let's get more raw resources out of the ground. Looks like we are importing a lot of tea, fruit, and wool. And are exporting a lot of lumber, fabric, and tobacco. In 1885, Ulysses S. Grant published his personal memoirs, which were a nearly complete retelling of his life. He wrote the book while suffering from throat cancer in order to try and guarantee his family a livage after he died. Universally considered a masterpiece of American letters, Grant's memoirs are distinctive for their directness, clarity, and economy of style. Mark Twain compared it favorably with Caesar's Commentaries. The personal memoirs was a smashing success in its time and remains one of the few books continuously in print since the Civil War. It is probably the best book written by an American president. I mean, that's just your opinion, Paradox. Now we have electric gears. Gears made of electricity. It's the future. We'll use Scandinavia's Panama Canal to further torment the Colombians here. Still don't have enough jingoism. Is that a thing I can... I can't hold an election to encourage jingoism anymore, so that's unfortunate. Let's see. What options do I have available to me? None, probably. Yeah, I guess that's just how it's going to be. I don't think that's a focus we can encourage. Yeah, jingoism is not such a thing as that. We'll speed this up again. As we continue moving down the USCA's coastline. Let's see, 10-hour workday. Kaboom. We're not blockading anything. Let's go mess with Venezuela then. Yeah. Ah, so close. It's raising little by little. Looks like there are rebels in Brazil. Brazilian Guard. The Brazilians can take care of that. Rio de Janeiro's down here. Yeah, they'll be fine. Not a problem. See, and they are in my sphere. They will accept an alliance as well, so I don't need to be doing this. Who else would be a good fit? Chile. Do it slow. Anyone in Egypt? Britain is. I don't really care to mess with that. Still can't add a war goal. So close, though. Yes, all of this is rather brilliant. Let's see. 8-hour workday. Keep on moving, I guess. Alright, Colombia wants peace now. And we can add a war goal. So now we can either just install communism, which we don't really want to do. We can free the people of Panama, which will only be 7.5 infamy. Or we can acquire Colombian Panama ourselves, create a puppet state out of it. That would give us 11 infamy, putting us at 25. Kind of gets tricky, because if I release Panama, which is what I really want to do, then I would lose 5 infamy, and that would put me in the clear. But how much is actually installing that comment? That costs 70 war score, so I would not be able to really... How much would Panama cost? It would cost 33. Yeah, that wouldn't really work out. So it could just have a Panamanian state that is not a puppet of ours But I guess that'd be their best bet. Or, is this infamy going down any? A little bit. Not really enough, though. No, we'll keep waiting a little bit. It's not like this war's doing any damage to us. Well, I think of something. There. It's good for now. Combustion engine. Yeah. Man, 11 infamy. That's just too much. Alright, I'll just free the people of Panama, and Colombian Panama. Not what I wanted, but it's what we got. Nah, I don't want to do that. I just don't. This war's dumb now. Gotta fight these Central American Red Guards for spreading the wrong communism. I don't care about Liberia at all. Alright, Venezuela wants peace. I don't want anything from them. And we'll take out the rest of Central American's navy. I don't even know why I want Panama so bad. I just do. Alright, we're below that amount. So we'll see if we can do this. Very risky business. Colombian Panama. Proceed. Gets us at 24.99. Good. And then Scandinavia might get involved. Propose peace. They would accept this offer. Good. Alright, that's ours now. And then peace offer from the USCA. Install communism. Good. And does that mean they are in our sphere of influence? It does. Good. Alright. Politically, we will now release Panama. Which has a pretty nice looking communist flag. Some colors I'm not used to seeing. There. Now all that's left is we have to take Scandinavian Panama. Which, free people, 7.5 infamy. We'll have to wait on that. Yeah, neat. You can go home now. Up here, to wherever you were. Actually, I think you were the Charleston Army, but that's fine. Doesn't really matter. And you'll go to DC. And what else could we do? That's almost done. This needs to be expanded again. Lumber needs to be expanded. I used to work at a lumber yard. And we'll encourage the furniture industry, as well as more alcohol in Ohio. And you can't really encourage more, well, when that gets built, we'll have more clothes in Ohio. Meanwhile, railroads for everybody. That's what makes this country work. And more forts in Ontario. Yeah, look at that. If we can afford more forts elsewhere, that would also be a good idea. We can't really, though. Still not really close enough to that. That's okay. We did some good things today. I'm comfortable ending the episode here. Feel like I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too, watching the Central American War. So yeah, we'll see how this revolutionary People's Republic continues to prosper in the future. Thank you for watching.